GDP is a scam. And it's a scam because you, on a personal level, don't matter much for GDP, especially in countries which are not consumption driven. But overall, you and your family just don't matter much for GDP calculations. To rewind, let me just tell you the full calculation for GDP is personal consumption, which is the only one that's related to people. The second one is government spending. So the government spending any amount of money counts towards GDP. Third is corporate spending. So a company spending any amount of money is also counted towards GDP. And the fourth is imports minus exports, or exports minus imports. A net export is money coming into the country, so that counts towards GDP. All right. Let's imagine you're on an open field. It's you who represents personal consumption. There's a fighter jet, which represents government spending. Just maintaining this fighter jet is government spending. There's a store, and a company is paying rent for that store, so that's corporate spending. And the third is a bill that just says you exported this much minus imports. For simplicity's sake, let's say every single element is 100,000 this year. All right, so you're going to spend $100,000 on your living expenses this year. The government's going to spend $100,000 on maintaining this fighter jet, and the corporation is going to spend $100,000 on paying rent for its store. And your net exports minus imports was 100,000 again. So 100,000 came into the country. So the GDP of this field is 400,000 total, right? But now let's say the fighter jet fires a missile at you and you're gone. Like you're gone next year, all right? You're not there. So 100,000 just dropped because you're not going to spend that 100,000 anymore. But the government has to replace that missile that it used on you, right? And each missile costs like $200,000. So it goes out and it buys a missile to replace the one that it used on you. So the government's going to spend $300,000 instead this year. The corporation's still going to spend 100,000. Net exports are still going to be 100,000. So the GDP actually went up by 100,000 this year. GDP is up. You are no more. Right? It goes to show you how little you matter, especially in countries where personal consumption isn't a big part of GDP, like it is in China. And in countries like Canada, where we live, personal consumption is only 55% of the economy. All right? In the US, it's much higher. It's like 80% of the economy. Actually, I think 67. I don't remember the exact figure, but it is much higher. I'll put a chart up later. But if that were to go down over time and get superseded by like AI investments from corporations and the government spending a lot of money on the military, which is happening right now. You're watching it happen as Trump is spending a lot on the military, whereas companies are spending a lot on data centers and AI. Meanwhile, the average person on the ground is losing, like he's spending a lot more, not earning that much. His life is getting worse. His family's life is getting much worse. And that is why GDP is a bad metric. It's great if you own a company or you export a lot or you're the government. But if you're a person, watch out.